Hi friends, in this video I'm going to show you how to create images with your own face without having to pay for a subscription to any platform, just paying for the specific image you need. Plus, I'm going to show you how to do it with complete control. We'll be able to do what's called inpainting, which means taking an image, applying a mask, and putting your face over the character you're interested in. We're going to do this with Ideogram Character, which, if you don't know it, is this. Alright, so let's get started. But we're not going to do it directly from Ideogram, and I'll tell you why. When you tried to create an image with a character from Ideogram, you need to have a paid account, okay? So, the account I'm using right now isn't a paid one, and I'm going to show you. First, I'm going to introduce a character. I already have two created here with two of my own images, so I'm going to use this one. Here, we would describe what we want to do with the character, and then we could hit generate. So what's the issue? The thing is, what I want is to insert an input image. When I try to insert that input image, if you notice, I come here to upload it, and it tells me, hey, you need to pay. Okay, you need to get an Ideogram Plus plan. But imagine you just want to make a single image. You don't have to pay a monthly fee of 10, 15, 20 euros, whatever it is, just to generate 20 images. When all you want is to make one and that's it. So for that, we can use the API, and we're going to use the API directly from Replicate, which is what you see here. Inside Replicate, which you've already seen several times here on my account, you can use models from different companies. In this case, this model is from Ideogram, and it's called Ideogram Character. This one we see here lets us enter the prompt, add an image, and without needing to train a specific model like in other videos I've uploaded to the channel, it gives us a result that's very similar to the input image. In other words, to the character we're inserting. So what we want is to have control and be able to do what Ideogram isn't letting us do, unless we pay. For that, what I'm going to do is show you from here how to set it up. Obviously, you will need to have a Replicate account, but they'll only charge us for what we use. So they'll only charge us for that image. We have two possible options when doing this. Either use the turbo mode, which costs 10 cents, or the quality mode, which costs 20 cents. I'm going to go all out, and we're going to use the quality mode. So let's come over here. By the way, there's also the default option, which costs 15 cents. It's right in the middle. So the first thing we're going to do is this. We're going to select quality here so you can see the very best possible result. The first thing we need to do is the same as we do in Ideogram. Upload the character image. By the way, I haven't mentioned this, but to upload the image, we have to put it here in character reference image. We click here. That removes the current image, and when I click, I can now insert the image of my face. I'm going to insert the image. Give me just a second. Alright, as you can see, I already have my image uploaded. I picked this one. It's true that I'm going to have to make it clear in the prompt that I have a long beard, because it might get confused with the suit. But since I'm wearing a black t-shirt, it might not stand out much, but you can definitely see where the beard ends here. Now let's tell it the style. Since what I'm going to use is a realistic image, and I'm going to apply my face to that realistic image, I'm going to select realistic here. If I wanted to do it with something like cartoons, D, or whatever, then I choose fiction. So we'll set the aspect ratio and the rest later. What I need is to have the input image and the mask that I'm going to apply to the input image. I've already generated the input image. I made it with FreePic. So I used the settings model and set it up as the Pink Panther talking to a man with a long beard wearing a blue t-shirt. Whenever I say long beard dead man, if I don't add young, it always makes an older man with a beard. So, well, I don't know if those of you watching consider this to be old or not. Forgive me, okay? But I'm still only 30 years old. I'm going to take this image and download it. So I download this image, and now what I do is bring it into Photopea. I'll explain why I'm using Photopea. This is where I'm going to insert the mask. We can use paint if we want, okay? You can use whatever you like, but honestly, I find it really easy to do in Photopea. I'll tell you about the mask. When we insert it, what we're going to do first is create a layer here that's just a white object. We need this, a white background, and then we'll paint in black wherever we want to apply that mask. So now that we've done this, we rasterize it, and now we can paint over this layer. What's going on? Right now, I can't see the background. I'm going to lower the opacity, and now with the opacity a bit lower, I can start painting over everything I want to modify. So if I go ahead and do this, and just mark this area, it's going to leave this hair and it's going to leave the neck. This is what happens when we want to have control while doing it, because when we do it from Ideogram, it lets us auto-segment. So when we're auto-segmenting, what happens? Maybe you only select the face, but you actually want the face with the beard, or you want to keep this beard. This is up to each person's preference. So let's do one like this. I'm going to increase the opacity so I can download the image properly. I export it as a PNG, and here I have the mask. So I come here, now I'm back and replicate. Okay, image, I'm going to upload an image. I can take this one that we just downloaded. I drag it in, and this one, which is the mask, I put it here. Important, before hitting run, we need to check the prompt. Here, if you carefully look at the prompt, it clearly states a detailed photo of a beautiful woman featured in a fashion magazine, perhaps even photoshopped to perfection. Okay, so let's instruct it to generate an image of a rather long-bearded young man who is pleasantly smiling, directly looking at the camera, and presented in a very much realistic and lifelike style. The aspect ratio is important. We'll change it to match our image's 16:9 aspect ratio. For resolution, no changes. I'll leave the Automagic prompt on. It improves the prompt for the best possible result. Let's leave it on auto, which I assume means it's on. So once we have this set up, I'm going to hit run and let you see how long it takes. Let's see how long it takes with the quality setting. Okay. It's already started now. It's going to take its time. Don't worry if it takes a little while. After all, it's only costing us 20 cents. So let's enjoy the process and the waiting time. Sometimes we want everything right now, right away, but we have to be a little patient. Well, look at that, we've got it already. Just as we were talking about it, it's done. This is the result. Honestly, I really see myself in it. I mean, I look at it, and it looks just like me. Maybe it even made me look better. I'm going to download it, and then share it around. Well, this is the result it gave us. What you can see here is that we've managed to get this image. We had control over how it was made. My light went out. And the good thing is that we didn't have to train a LoRa like I've shown in other videos. In other videos, I explain how to train a LoRa so you can generate images. But in this case, it wasn't necessary. We only needed an input image. That's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Share it with whoever you want, and I'll see you soon. Thank you for supporting the channel, and remember, watching me on LinkedIn, I also upload this video to YouTube. Search for Ramon Telieco. You'll find my channel to support it. Take care.